A family story of infidelity in one of the suburbs of Chicago, where white picket fences and well-kept lawns coexisted with bright American flags, lived the Jones family. Andrew and Lisa had been married for 8 years. They had an ideal life, a cozy home, 3 beautiful daughters, Maddie, Taylor, and Emily, and Andrew's stable job at a large financial company. Lisa worked as a teacher at the local school and was an active member of the parent committee. However, beneath the surface of this idyllic life, a crack was forming. Andrew, engulfed in his career growth and constant business trips, began to distance himself from his family. His long workdays and late-night client meetings started to raise Lisa's concern. She felt that something was wrong but couldn't pinpoint what it was. Her intuition suggested that there was someone else in her husband's life. One day, when Andrew returned home late in the evening, Lisa noticed his phone vibrating on the table. Unable to resist, she glanced at the screen and saw a message from Maya containing the phrase, "I can't wait for our meeting on Friday." Lisa felt as though the ground had been pulled from under her. Her heart tightened with pain and tears welled up in her eyes. The next day, when Andrew left for work again, Lisa decided to conduct her own investigation. She found his old laptop and, using the password he had once told her, opened his messages. With every line she read, her anger grew. Photographs, flirting, plans for meetings. She discovered that Maya was a new colleague with whom Andrew had started an affair at corporate parties. When Andrew returned home that evening, Lisa confronted him in the living room, her face pale and her eyes full of tears. "Who is Maya?" she asked, trying to remain calm. Andrew, realizing that the game was over, attempted to justify himself. "It's not what you think, Lisa. But Lisa wouldn't let him finish. "You're cheating on me, Andrew. How could you?" Her voice trembled, and at that moment, all her rage erupted. Andrew, understanding that his lies no longer held up, began to make excuses, but every word he spoke only fueled her anger. For the next few days, the confrontations continued. Lisa demanded to know every detail, while Andrew tried to minimize his actions. Their daughters remained unaware of the turmoil, but their mother struggled to maintain composure for their sake. Eventually, Lisa made a decision. She wasn't going to forgive the betrayal, but she also didn't want to destroy their family. She suggested that they attend family therapy. It was a difficult choice, and they both understood that their relationship would never be the same. However, they decided to try to salvage their family for the sake of the children. In therapy, they discussed their feelings, fears, and expectations. Andrew began to realize how his actions had affected the family. He sincerely regretted what he had done and showed a willingness to work on himself. Lisa, on the other hand, learned to let go of her resentment and establish new boundaries in their relationship. As time went on, although the wounds didn't heal completely, they started to find a new balance. Andrew cut off contact with Maya and focused on rebuilding trust. Lisa also worked on herself to prevent the past from defining her future. Their journey was long and fraught with challenges, but they both understood that true love requires effort, patience, and a willingness to change. Meanwhile, Andrew realized that he had lost not only his wife, but also his family. He began to spend more time with his daughters, trying to make up for lost time, but the wounds were deep, and his children couldn't forgive him so quickly. Months passed, and Lisa became a new woman. She embraced this experience as an opportunity for growth and change. Andrew also began to change, but their paths had already diverged. In the end, they reached an agreement on joint custody of the girls, but resentment lingered between them. In the conclusion of the story, Lisa realized that despite all the pain, she had become stronger and wiser. She opened up to new horizons while Andrew, facing the consequences of his actions, began to rebuild his life, understanding that love requires honesty and respect.